Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Decoding Your Superpowers.
Hey,
I'm Teresa Lisum with my friend and coaching partner,
Linda Karchner.
and welcome. And we have a person live in studio today. Thank you so much for being here, Heather. We appreciate you taking the time to jump on with us.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it too.
We are going to take a little bit a digger
Yeah.
deep, a bigger deep dive into Heather's strengths assessment, her superpowers. And we've already explored a couple of her strengths. So I want to share with our listeners what we've come up with so far. This is her proclamation, her overview of all of her top 10 strengths. Well, and then the number 34. And I'm going to speak as if I'm you, all right, Heather? So I'm going to speak in
Sure.
first person. I love to do everything in a way that honors my desire to connect with the right people, think, learn, create, and get things done the right way.
Ooh.
And through these desires, I can move people forward. I don't have to measure my progress against the performance of others. I don't have to strive to win first place or revel in contests. Instead, I get to have an enthusiasm that is contagious and get others excited about what we're doing together.
Mm.
How does that land for you, Heather?
I love it. It's great. I couldn't have written it better myself. So,
Well, you, you
so thank
actually
you very
did
much.
write it because you answered the questions.
Yeah,
And that's true. So it
You.
is all you. We just pulled it all together for you. That's
Right.
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Heather
It's very
has
good.
good. Heather is a dominant relationship builder. She has four strengths in the dominant theme or the dominant, excuse me, in the relationship building category. She has three in the strategic thinking category and three in the executing category. So I
Mhm.
believe we determined that your thinking category comes a little bit before the doing category.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she could probably easily flip, and I got to say you because you're here right with us. You could probably easily flip between thinking and doing depending on the situation.
Hmm.
Okay, so her mind is able to flip very easily between the two because she has three and three in each one of those categories. So we're going to go ahead and look at a couple of her strengths outside of number one, number five, and let me share my screen. That would be helpful.
Yeah, that's good.
Now
The
this is
other
this is
thing about,
not a nice bright copy, but you can still see her top
right,
10, correct?
right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so
Down
we've
to
all
34.
I'm sorry.
Can see down to 34. So, yeah.
Okay, so those
Got
are
the
all we need to
whole,
see.
uh-huh.
We've already encompassed number one, her connectedness. We've already encompassed her positivity, and we've
Mhm.
already talked about that competition, which we have a video, a recording where we talked about those bottom five and letting them go. So I will try to remember to link that video to this recording. So we're really not going to spend any time there today, but we're going to go ahead and look at some of Heather's other strengths. So do you want to start right with developer, Linda?
Yeah, yeah. So someone who has developer high is the cheerleader. They're the person who sees the small increments of progress in someone. They, even when that other person may not see it themselves, so they're the encourager. They maybe push a little bit to get people to live in the fullness of those strengths because they see that someone has come made a little bit of progress, and so they know that that person has potential for more. And
Mhm.
sometimes that gets a little sticky because not everybody is ready to be pushed to more. They might be sort of complacent or awkward or unsure, but that developer can see that potential. And so they
Mm-hmm.
like to communicate that to people around them. So it's great
Mm-hmm.
for, family life, work situations. People like to be around developers because I'll include myself, we point out
Yep.
the good things about them, and
Yeah.
Teresa too.
Yes. Yes. So does that sound like you, Heather?
Yep, spot on.
Mhm.
I've literally had people tell me, Heather, you think I can do this, and I can't, you know.
Yeah.
So,
So
so yeah, definitely.
you're seeing things that they can't, so
Mhm.
they can lean into you and
Mm,
use your belief in them to
mm,
move themselves forward.
mhm. Yeah,
Thank
good.
you, Linda. So let's go ahead and look at a ranger. Ranger's at number 3. And remember, the order that these show up are important. So her connectedness is where she has the highest energy, and we're not going to talk about that right this instant. Developer has a little bit less energy, but it's still a lot of energy. A ranger is a little bit less so. So as the strengths go down the list, they just lose a little bit of energy, a little bit of importance, just a little bit. But remember, they're all working together in partnership, even though we're teasing them apart and looking at them one at a time. In reality, they're all woven together in the beautiful tapestry that is Heather today. So let's take a look at a ranger. A ranger, I will use my arms for this. They're
Yeah,
like the conductor, bringing all the pieces of the different instruments together in one beautiful harmonic symphony.
uh-huh.
And you can um, tell the drums when to jump in or when the trombones, like everything will flow together based on the way you arrange it. So bringing the pieces of the puzzle together are really important to you.
Yep.
And they probably need to follow a certain flow.
Yes, that's it's like looking through at the forest through the trees
Yeah,
kind of thing.
uh-huh. Yeah.
And if,
Seeing where all those puzzle pieces fit
yes, yes.
together.
And
Hmm.
if one's missing, you know it, even though nobody else knows
Yeah.
it. And you will really work to get that puzzle piece back into the place it needs to be.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Mhm. Again, and other people might not notice, they might not care, but you do.
Yeah, they think I'm having a panic attack or stressed out, or they have no idea what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I'm just putting all the pieces together so that
Mhm.
things are more productive, everybody gets along better,
Yeah.
Yes.
and as you look at your top 10 strengths, when you have a dominant domain like relationship building, it that's kind of the filter that your executing and your strategic thinking strengths run through.
Mhm.
So, like for me, I'm the same way. Relationship building is my top domain, and then I have some strategic thinking. But when I use my arranger, it's to help the people that I love.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's to make a vacation go smoothly so everyone has a good time.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about ultimately about relationships, not just getting things done and tasks done. It's for the people that are around me.
And that it fits perfectly in my job, because what we do, we're following this from beginning to end, and we have to make sure all these pieces happen, and
Uh-huh.
um, work through any problems, and um, yeah, so it
Yeah.
aligns perfectly with my job.
Good. Good. Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
always cool. Okay, Linda, you want to grab strategic and
Yeah.
share with
So
us what a strategic person thinks like?
So this is one of the names that I wish they would name it a different name, because we have the strategic thinking domain and we
Hmm.
have
Yeah.
strategic as a strength. I don't have strategic high, the strength, but I have strategic thinking strengths in my top 10. So someone who has the strength of strategic high, they consider all the options. They plan for option A, B, C, D, and maybe even all of
Hmm.
the above,
Yep.
or maybe none of the above and coming up with a new solution. So, someone who has strategic high, they're a strategy person, they're an options person. They have options for solving problems.
And they'll figure it out. They will figure
Hmm.
out a way
Hmm.
to get it done, to get her done.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep,
Very
definitely.
resourceful. This
Hmm.
person is seen as very resourceful, very creative,
Yeah.
innovative.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's
definitely.
you.
Yeah.
That is me. You're hitting all the boxes there.
Mhm. And it's important to remember not everybody can think like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And your
yeah,
brain
and
can
that,
probably do it very quickly, whereas
yeah,
mine is not going to do it as quickly. It might take me a couple of days or a week to figure out, whereas yours is like boom, 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 boom.
and that it in itself encourages me to do it more, is
Yeah.
because not everybody can. So
Right.
I challenge myself and push myself,
People rely on you to have that.
And just remember, because your brain works more efficiently like
Hmm.
that than other people, does it get frustrating for you when somebody's not keeping up?
Yeah. It depends on the situation. I mean, if it's because of silly things or
Yeah.
distractions or just lack of focus, yeah, that can be really frustrating. I mean, if there's problems, that's not a problem. Like,
Yeah.
we'll work around that,
Right, right,
but
right.
um, but because you have to, vape every 5 seconds or check your cell phone every 5 seconds, or that can be a little hard to get people to focus. And
Uh-huh.
it's
Mhm.
not that hard if you just focus and,
Right.
you know,
Well, I'm just encouraging you and anybody with a high strategic strength. You have that gift, and
Mhm.
there's those of us that don't. So
yeah,
please give
yeah,
us some grace and just share
yeah,
with us what you're thinking,
Right.
right.
because we just don't have that gift. So
Yeah,
I think sometimes that's the hardest thing for us to understand. We assume everybody thinks like we do.
yeah,
They don't.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so just give everybody the grace that they deserve. And I think that would help a lot of us in understanding each other.
Well,
Absolutely.
and I think when
Yeah.
I put myself in those situations, I always end up walking away feeling like, okay, I'm glad I participated, or that, you know, I did help, even though I didn't feel like it was all that important for me to be a part of that
Mhm.
moment. But I always walk away with something else happening along my work that benefited from,
Mhm.
you know, being on that level and working with that level. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, that
That's your
makes sense.
connectedness talking.
Yeah. There's a reason for everything.
Yep,
Yes, yeah,
yep. And again, that's a high connectedness person.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lesson in everything. Everything happens for a reason.
Mhm.
You went to this meeting, even though you didn't think you contributed much, but you were there for a reason that you're not seeing or whatever.
yeah.
So let's go on to ideation next. We're just jumping over positivity because Heather already knows about that. So let's look at ideation, which with that, I mean, it's just a little bit away from strategic,
Yeah,
but
I
I
was
always
thinking
think when
big.
strategic and ideation are together, man, your brain is just boom, 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 boom. a constant wealth of
Yeah.
ideas and options and patterns that you're seeing, and all kinds of spontaneous and insightful, like just like I always think of popcorn. Beep, 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 beep. All
Yeah.
this popcorn popping off with ideas. How do you see it, Heather?
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes like I feel like I get more ideas when I get involved in a project or I get more feedback. And then
Hmm.
Mhm.
it gets me going and
Yep. Yep.
on to even more. So
Kind of a snowball, a positive snowball effect.
yeah.
It keeps
Yeah.
growing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you probably some of your strategies and options because of your ideation are kind of outside of the box. You see connections that other people don't see
Hmm.
and are willing to consider trying new things that maybe have never been tried before. No one's ever really thought about or applied to your work or, relationship situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ideation and strategic definitely work together for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
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 it's good
I'm
to know that what you just said because I can recall times in the past where some people don't truly do not understand why on earth I'm suggesting what I'm
hmm
suggesting,
Yeah.
hmm
and um and now I know, you know, like you
and
said,
and I'm and I'm going to throw restorative in on top of that. So I'm going to jump right over to
okay,
Yeah.
restorative
We can come
because
back to learner.
I just think you got those three
Yeah.
together, man.
Yeah.
Does
yeah,
your mind ever stop?
Yeah.
no, no,
You
that's what my sister tells me sometimes.
you
So,
think too much.
yeah, yeah.
But that
I'm
restore.
always getting involved in something.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
this year, I've made my goal is to get more involved in the things I want to get involved in versus
Mm,
getting pulled into other things
Yeah.
because I
mm,
am easily pulled right in,
I
Hmm.
you
like
know?
that.
Yeah.
An intention for you, huh?
Yeah.
And the restorative strength, it tends to see what needs to be fixed.
Hmm.
And so then your ideation and your strategic are like boom, 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 ideas for how to fix this, solutions. And sometimes restorative can come across as someone who's pointing out the negative, but it's really recognizing the
Yeah.
problems
Right. Right.
with a tendency to want to fix those problems.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Which could,
I don't want to walk through a doorway and not have the floor there. So
Yeah.
when you see something that you're like, hey, wait a minute, that door doesn't have a
hmm.
foundation.
Uh-huh.
We need to deal with it.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
And
Let's get
that's
some
the
solid
thing.
ground.
When you walk through that doorway, you can easily assess very quickly what can be improved, what can be more efficient, what
Mhm.
needs to be replaced. I mean, it's just very easy and natural for you. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just talking, but I'm
No, you're
guessing
right.
that it's like you can't help but not see it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't help
Right,
not you
right.
can't you have to see it. It's just so
Yeah,
obvious to you, whereas other people are oblivious to it.
yeah.
Hmm.
And sometimes I have to like get my feet wet. I have to have my fingers involved
Hmm.
to really piece it together and point
Right.
it out and see it properly.
And get into
But
the
yeah,
middle of it.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if again that's what
Exactly.
sucks you in. You have this need to um,
To fix. Yeah,
fix, make more
yeah.
efficient, offer other options. It's
Yeah,
just you
because
want to
it's
be
not that
part
I
of
can
it.
do it better. No, that's not what I
Right,
think.
right, correct.
It's because I can.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Which other people might not take to that really well, as you already said.
yeah,
Um, but it again, it's just so easy for you. Other
Yeah.
people just can't comprehend. Like I said, with those three strengths working
Mhm.
together, whew, I would love to have you on any project that I
Yeah.
oh,
A
thank you.
participate
troubleshooter.
in.
Pe
Yep.
people make a job out of being a troubleshooter,
That's
going in
true.
and
Yeah,
figuring out what the problem is and coming up with solutions.
Yeah.
That's very true.
The trouble is they don't always like the solutions.
That's exactly right.
Hey, but then you'll have another one though. You'll have another one lined up. And again, as Linda said, because you're a relationship builder,
Mm,
having other people involved
yeah, it
are
matters.
really amps up your happiness level.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Mm. I love when we can get feedback like this. So, Linda, please feel free to go ahead and grab Learner and talk about
Okay, all
Learner,
right.
one of our favorite strengths.
Absolutely. Pop that back up there, the
Oh, I'm
screen.
sorry. Yes, let me
Yeah.
jump over there.
So someone who has learner high, which is my number one, and where's that at for you now, Teresa?
What was that, Learner?
Learner. Hmm.
It's at number 7, so
Seven.
it's
Okay,
still
so
up
you're
there. It
six
dropped
on them.
just a little bit.
Yeah. Someone who has learner high is someone who loves to absorb knowledge.
Hmm.
They're not necessarily doing it to get the recognition of the degree or their certificate. Like the topics that interest that person, they will sit down and read a book on it, research on Google, whatever their style is, just for the sheer joy of
Hmm.
learning more. And also, they want to improve themselves. The
Hmm.
amount of knowledge they have, knowledge is power is sort
Hmm.
of the mantra of someone with a high learner. So, this can be learning about anything from relationships to business practices to weather to Pokemon cards,
To,
whatever
to
the
the
person.
life of an ant.
Yes.
This is where
Like
my
what?
geek comes out.
Yeah,
Exactly,
full on.
exactly, exactly.
It's
It's
like
just,
when you get an article written by someone that's rather lengthy, and it's like you think, okay, there's only one paragraph in here out of all this that I'm interested
Yeah.
in. You
but
know?
you still read the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like me and Linda both have been through hour-long trainings and
Yeah.
we just love it.
yeah,
Not everybody will sit through a long training, but we will because
Uh-huh.
we enjoy the learning piece. And typically, I think, and again, this is probably different for everybody, but do you like to teach what you've learned or what you're learning?
no, I don't.
No?
No,
Okay, there you
because
go.
people ask questions, they interrupt you, they don't listen to the whole picture. So it's so difficult because, sometimes you have to scale back the details and
Hmm.
you just, each person's so different. So I do not enjoy public speaking or sharing information because I just feel like there's a lot of anxiety around being picked apart what you're saying. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
So
Yep. That's
it sounds like
that's
you don't
fair.
feel they receive it in a way that you'd
Right.
like for them to
Hmm.
receive it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. So just go learn it yourself then, people.
Yeah. Uh,
But we do love us some learning, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So we have two more left. I think we could go ahead and chat about them. Let me pull this back up. So I will start the achiever and then you
Okay.
jump in, Linda. So
Okay.
achiever is sitting at number 9. And achiever is all about boom, lighting the fire, lighting the fire under somebody's butt, or the starter, the igniter, the initiator.
Right.
Let's
I'm
get
surprised that's
going.
not
Boom,
up there
boom,
under
boom.
one or two.
I hear you.
Well, they can't all be number
Like,
one, so they have to
Yeah.
shuffle
Yeah.
out in some kind of an order. But
Yeah.
um, like, do you like to start things? And
Yeah.
that's
Because
where you
I
get the
think,
excitement and
yeah.
the thrill is that starting point.
Yeah. Um, I like action. I
yeah.
like to,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know, in order to accomplish something, you have to make a move. And then sometimes it feels like stale waters. And so you need to make that move. And yeah, got to light a fire
Hmm.
and
Right.
the way you do it.
And then
Very goal oriented.
Yeah.
accomplish tasks, get things done.
Mhm.
That's an executing strength. So that makes sense. That's a doing strength.
And and I think I misspoke because I myself get achiever and activator mixed up.
Okay.
So I think I spoke a little bit about activator,
Uh-huh.
but
Okay.
that doesn't mean you don't do that as an achiever. But achiever is more, I'll get it done, whereas the activator is more like, I'll start it, but then I'll pass it off to somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whereas the achiever is wants to come to a completion point. So I
Yeah.
apologize. I always tend to get those
Oh, that's
two
okay.
mixed up.
Those
I don't
two
mean to
A words
confuse you.
do
And
that.
Yeah.
you're one of the A's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woohoo.
And the
But
other A word, adaptability. So,
yes, there you go.
this is not in your top five. So there's probably a little less energy, a little more hesitation with adaptability. But adaptability is living in the moment and being able to go with the flow.
Yeah.
So you have your achiever that wants to accomplish goals, but you also have a little flavor of adaptability where you can say, okay, my goal for today was X, but everybody else is on Y and Z, so I can go with that. And here's some more ideas about how we can accomplish that. Let's think outside the box to get all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, adaptability is just that being able to live in the moment
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
the present
Yeah.
i-
Yeah.
is important.
Yeah. I often get complimented about my flexibility or adaptability.
Hmm.
Um,
And that's part of your arranger also. Arranger
Mhm.
has a flavor
Mhm.
of flexibility with it.
okay.
Even though you like to have all the pieces in a row and all the instruments playing a certain way, you know that melodies can change and ebb and flow, and you're okay with that. And so your adaptability and your arranger both lend to that part of you.
And I'm going to say even that strategic. That
Yeah.
strategic adds to that. So
Hmm.
adaptability is strategic. A ranger
Hmm.
helps you move and pivot and flow and do an about face as necessary.
Yeah.
I love that. And can figure it out. Can figure out everything on the fly. Like
Yeah.
you can take an action. And again, I'm just saying you in general. I don't know about you specifically, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you can start taking action and don't have to have everything rearranged in advance, although maybe you do with that arranger, but you can tweak it as you move along, figure it out. Try this option. If that option doesn't work, I'm going to try this one. So
Right.
Mhm.
I can really see how all of those are really working together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
I'm actually surprised they're not any closer, but and since your positivity is right there in the middle, everything is
Yeah.
the glass is half full or overflowing. And so your positive energy is
Yeah.
flavoring everything.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
the way we like it.
Mhm. Love it. Do you have any specific questions you
Yeah.
want us to ask us before we sign off for today?
Um, no, I guess, well, I guess the only thing I thought I'd ask about and is this profile so different than what you normally see on a personality profile, the things it points out. So like
Uh-huh.
where are these being pulled from?
It's all from your answers, is how they came up with your 1 through 34. Clifton Strengths, the 34 strengths that has been researched in depth by the Gallup Clifton Strengths organization for years, and over 33 million of these assessments have been taken. So they have studied these strengths over different cultures, different countries, different demographics, and they have remained true across cultural lines. So it's through the years and the in-depth research from the Gallup organization and Clifton Strengths that they've come up with these 34 strengths and the questions. And so then when you answer the questions in the assessment, the computer does its magic and ranks them according to how you answered each one of those questions. Does that
Yeah,
answer your
it's
question?
just not really nice because, you're not being labeled, oh, you're a bricklayer. This is your
Yeah,
job or your role.
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
still
Mhm.
have some flexibility and
right,
um, room to grow
mhm,
within them. So,
right.
And
And
I don't call this a personality
mhm,
assessment.
okay,
To me, this is more than that.
true.
This is your innate organic gifts that we're just uncovering for you.
mhm,
You're already operating from them, you're already using them. You might just not have an awareness. You might not be able to articulate what's happening.
Hmm.
So this, as we like to say, gives us a language to talk about who we are, what we feel is important. And if you think about these also as potentialities, I know we
mhm,
sometimes forget that. You
mhm,
can grow into a person with even more restorative
mhm,
abilities. You can grow into, if you so chose, to work with your developer strength and expand that in a bigger way. So all these are potentialities. Some of them may be more dormant than others.
right. Some of them may still be kind of in the raw state,
Mm, like
not
that.
really fleshed out, not really fully developed. And
Hmm.
um yeah, so it's a growth process. And
Yeah,
some of them you may say, I have been that way my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
Mm-hmm.
can remember as a kid where I did
yeah,
XYZ.
Right.
And others, you may be like, I don't know, that just doesn't quite, I just don't quite get that for me. And that's okay.
Yes.
We just tell
Yeah.
people to focus on the ones that resonate, and then we can work on the other ones.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
And then
that's how,
how do
go
you
ahead.
just, oh, I'm sorry.
I was just saying that's how it played out for me. There was
Hmm.
a few that I just did not think applied to me at all. Like, no.
Oh,
But
really?
I had
Yeah.
to sit with them more and
Yeah.
pay attention. And then after a while, then okay, yes, I do.
Yeah,
I am aligned with that. But at first, it was not something that I had ever thought about or, again, couldn't articulate, didn't have words for. So sometimes, as Linda said, yeah, things click for some of these strengths,
yeah,
and others you're like, yeah, you're kind of skeptical.
Hmm.
yeah,
What were
yeah.
you going to say, Heather?
And so with woo, how do you describe what that is? Because I feel like today it means something different to each person.
Yeah. Well, the technical definition, it's the only one of the strengths that has an acronym for its name,
Yeah.
and it stands for winning others over.
Okay. All
It
right.
is an influencing strength, so it's about moving people forward, and where relationship building is kind of meeting people where they're at and connecting at that level, but influencing is seeing where people are, but pushing them,
Yeah.
inspiring them. So it's sort of an inspirational. So woo, someone with woo, the way that they influence people is they have never met a stranger. My mom was this way. Like there were no strangers. There were
Yeah.
just friends she hadn't met yet.
Yes.
She would talk 5 minutes to a wrong call, before the days when you had caller ID, like a wrong number, and it's like, oh yeah, how you doing? Whatever.
Yeah.
So, that is that outgoing personality who is kind of the life of the party. They go into a room full of people they haven't met and they're shaking hands, and it appears that they're superficial, because they meet a lot of different people, but they're just wanting to move people forward and wanting people to have a good time. And so that is winning others over. Woo.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, thank you.
It's
I'm
not
glad I asked.
it's not woo woo like,
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
be,
like
but
new agey kind of stuff.
right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, people that don't have that high, sometimes they might feel bad about
Yeah.
themselves when they don't
Yeah.
have certain strengths high.
Hmm.
You are doing that with your top 10 strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
already connecting with
Yeah.
people. You're a heavy relationship builder. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
relationships are important to you. You do everything better in collaboration or in relationship with others, with the
Hmm.
right people. And
Yeah.
so you're doing your own form of woo, your own degree of woo, using developer, positivity,
Mhm.
maybe your, I don't know, adaptability, I don't know,
Yeah.
combination of
Like,
all
yeah.
those.
Connectedness.
Yeah,
I
oh,
Yeah.
connectedness. Yes,
you know
yes.
how you would move people forward, win others over by all of these things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
we never want anybody to feel bad because a certain strength they feel should be higher and more beneficial is down low in their report. That's not the premise behind this.
No,
Just
no,
know you're
absolutely.
doing it other ways. When you're
Yeah.
Yes.
doing it your way,
Yeah.
and
It
some.
it would probably exhaust you
Mm,
to try and go into a room of people you haven't met and be the life of the party.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's my worst thing I would want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you love people. People
Right.
Yeah.
energize you,
Right.
but
Yeah.
you can probably only take so much.
Exactly.
And then you
Yeah.
got to step into
Yeah.
your strategic thinking
Hmm.
domain and come back to yourself and have your alone time and your
Yeah.
thinking time. So
Yeah.
you're going to be more a balanced person, being able to operate between those two domains.
Yeah.
And you really
Definitely.
have that third one as well. So that really makes you flexible and adaptable just because of your domains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
so I have
Question.
enjoyed this. I
Yeah,
hope
I
you
have
have
too.
too,
Thank you so
Heather,
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Um,
you
yes,
in
you too.
person, face
in
to face.
Yeah.
in person,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
in digital
definitely.
person.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Well,
Yeah, we're
thank you,
so
ladies.
grateful that you were here.
Uh,
Oh, thank you. We love having real live people on, real live people
yeah.
and I'm so glad that a lot of this has resonated with you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So
Yeah.
what made you decide to take the assessment? Was it for work or
Oh, good
No,
question.
just I watched a couple of your videos
uh-huh.
and I thought, wow, this seems really interesting
Uh-huh.
because you're pointing out things that you don't normally talk about.
Yeah.
And then it's nice to have the everything ironed out, the 34, because there's nuances between each
Right.
one, so that was, I thought that was very interesting, and I thought I'm gonna jump in here and
Yeah.
see
Well, we're
where I
happy.
land, you
Yeah.
know.
We're so
So the
glad you
more you know
did. We're
about
so
yourself,
glad.
the better, right? You can't get
Yes.
Absolutely.
past
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
Yeah.
things until you
Uh-huh.
embrace what you have and what you are.
Yeah. Right.
Good.
Yeah. Very
Wise
true.
words, my
Yep.
friend.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for those words of wisdom. And so we want to thank you, Heather, for being here. Linda, thank you as always. So glad to have you in person as well. And we want to thank everybody listening in. We hope you got something, that some big takeaway for you. If you would like to take the assessment, get it over to us like Heather did.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
bring you on and talk all about you and show you how awesome you are,
That's right. Your
because
superpower.
we've said this before, Linda, every time we look at somebody's
Oh
report,
yeah.
that person is so amazing.
It's true.
We have never found somebody that was not amazing.
Yep.
So we want to help you see how awesome you are as well. So please reach out to me or Linda, DM us, connect with us personally, however you want to do it. Get your results over, and we will bring you on and help you see your wonderful self as well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, people listening in. We will see you the next time on
All
Decoding Your
right.
Superpowers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, Heather.
Bye bye.